John Donne hits us with the most chaste and profane poem ever at the same time in Holy Sonnet 14. Holy Sonnet, what is going on here? Welcome to Strip Cover Lit, where we squeeze the bigger picture out of literature. I'm Adrian Ford, and we're here for another poetry discussion, which will appear, of course, in the poetry discussion playlist here on the channel. The sonnet that we will be discussing today is known as Holy Sonnet 14, but also as Batter My Heart, Three-Personed God. It reads as such: Batter my heart, three-person God, for you as yet but knock, breathe, shine, and seek to mend, that I may rise and stand, o'erthrow me, and bend, your force to break, blow, burn, and make me new. I, like an usurped town, to another due, labor to admit you, but oh, to no end. Reason, your viceroy in me should defend, but is captived, and proves weak or untrue. Yet dearly I love you, and would be loved fain. But I am bethroned unto your enemy. Divorce me, untie, or break that knot again. Take me to you, imprison me, for I, except you enthrall me, never shall be free, nor ever chaste, except you ravish me. Now, I think so I always say, look, a poem is not about what a poem is about, right? If the poem is about a rose, it's really about your lover. If a poem is about the sunshine, it's about the person who actually brings you joy in life, maybe your child, right? That is what a poem is really about. But if we are to take a poet at their word ever for what the actual subject of the poem is, wouldn't it be when the subject of that poem is their God? Is the religious itself? Is the Holy Trinity? Batter my heart, three-personed God. Father, Son, and Holy... Or is it this? I can never remember which one it is. Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. So what are we talking about here? Batter my heart, three-person God. Really beat me up, God. For you as yet but knock, breathe, shine, and seek to mend. Look, if I'm living this life that I'm living and I shouldn't be living it, and I know I shouldn't, beat me up. That's the only way I'm going to learn. You can beat up with purpose. Otherwise, I'm just going to get beat up and beat up anyway, that I may rise. Because when you do that, when you set me on that right path, I will rise, I will be better, and stand or throw me. If I attempt to get away from you, if I attempt to fight and struggle and tear away, you have to beat me harder, Daddy, and bend your force to break, blow, burn, and make me new. Look, there is something to be said for the idea of the phoenix. I have to be burned down in order to regroup and rebuild this self that I call mine with what you want to have. I, like an usurped town, to another due, labor to admit you. I am struggling with my confession of the Lord. I am struggling to say this. It hurts me for some reason on some level to give myself over to you. But oh, to no end. Even though I know I have to, even though I know I can't right now, I know that it is futile to do otherwise. Reason, your viceroy in me should defend. I have every reason to, because of all of the logical trappings behind submitting to you, dear God, but is captived and proves me weak or untrue. I am too earthly. I give in to too many temptations of the flesh. Yet dearly I love you, and would be loved fain. I know I'm carousing about. I know I'm going down the wrong road here. But I do love you, God. That is what I want to do. But am betrothed unto your enemy. But it's sin that really gets my blood boiling. Divorce me. Untie or break that knot again. Look, struggle me away from sin. Rip me from this sin's hand. That's what I need. I need you to do that. Take me to you. Imprison me. For I take me to you. Struggle me away from this sin that I am in love with and imprison me. Take away my freedom. If you give me freedom, I'm just going to go back to these things. I know that. If you give me freedom, I'm just going to ruin it, God. If you give me freedom, if you give me free will, I'm going to destroy myself. Take that free will mumbo jumbo away from me, because I will get married to it again. Take me to you, imprison me, for I, except you, enthrall me. Never shall be free. I don't want to be free. I don't want the choice. I don't want the ability to sin anymore. Nor ever chaste, except you ravish me. That's some scandalous type of wording there. To tell the Holy Trinity, to tell God Himself, I will never be chaste. Not again. In fact, I don't plan to be chaste now, but if I'm going to feign chastity, I want it to be you that ravishes me. Is this healthy? Is this healthy? I don't think so. I think that there's a great deal of backbending here in order to sort of coerce the reality as our speaker knows it into the reality that God would accept. If we were to take this in any other direction, would we be so forgiving of the verbiage used here? If we were to take this and direct this poem instead of at God, which makes it kind of weird and icky, if we were to take this language and direct it toward a lover, would we be more accepting? Then I don't think so. I don't think we want people telling their significant others, I need you to enthrall me. I need you. I am with someone else. I need you to rip me away. That sort of sentiment seems fairly toxic. Here we have that sentiment indeed, but it is directed toward religion, toward religiosity, toward God. Does that excuse it? Does that make it any better? I think the only way that it becomes understandable, the only way that it becomes acceptable, is if this speaker is speaking with 100% surety that God exists, God being all powerful. You would concede to him in this way. And that's the world in which John Donne lived. Or is it? That's all I have for this poetry discussion. If you like or appreciate what it is that I do here, hitting the like button really does help me out, as it tells YouTube to share this video with other literature lovers. If you find yourself here by chance but not design, literature is the only thing I talk about on this channel. There's poetry every Mondays, and I hope to have you back for the next one.